Hey, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm super excited for tonight. If everyone can, please turn your camera on because you're going to want to see this, okay? This is being recorded, but I cannot tell you when it's going to be up and ready to review. So tonight's Power Hour is going to be all about creating content and some tricks that I've learned over the last little bit to help you guys create your own content. In this business, you are your own boss, okay? And it is up to us to run this business. Of course, thankfully, we have so many people that we're collaborating with together, sidelines, you know, friends, downlines, those kind of things. But ultimately, you guys, you have to grow in this business, but you don't have to be somebody else in this business. And so I want to teach you guys tonight a couple tricks that I have found on Instagram. Okay. Now, I'm going to not hang on to the chat. So if you guys have questions, I can't do both. Unfortunately, I will try and check it periodically throughout the time, but I just can't simply answer a lot of questions. So if you miss something that I'm talking about, try and rewatch the recording. I'm going to try and explain it as simple as I can, at least. So because I am not a tech savvy person, and it may be a little bit busy for you guys, but come on, have a seat. So, so if you guys are Instagram pros, good job. If you're like me and you're like, I don't even know where to begin, and I screenshot everyone else's stories and use them as my own, no shame in my game, because that's definitely what I do. But I'm going to show you guys a couple things, how and why and what, even if you do, you know, copy the right cat, it's making it your own. Okay, so we're going to jump right into this because I've got lots of content to share. So here we go. I'm going to screen share. Okay. Now I've got 3 different devices on here because I'm going to try and work through this. Okay, can everyone see my iPad on the computer screen? Cool. So I'm going to click on Instagram right there, and it may be a little lagging. Okay, so I'm going to go slow because sometimes when I'm linked, it's really, really slow. Okay. So one of the first things that I do is, in order to create slides, okay, how many of you guys would love to create some slides like this, save them, recycle them? You don't need hundreds of them, we just need a few of them, okay? And so with this, you guys can make them your own. Oftentimes what I'll do is I will click on someone's story and I'll copy my photo and I'll just repost it, okay? But ultimately what we can do is, we can make our own. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay. So one thing that I do to start is I go through and I find a whole bunch of slides that I like and I screenshot them, and I save them and recreate them as my own. So for instance, the ones that are shown on the screen right now, some of these are very old, so they may not be compliant, and I'm going to show you guys how to keep them compliant. But the first thing that I'm going to do is I go through and I save all these. I screenshot them. If you look at them, they're screenshot from April 23rd of this year. And I put the wording in my notes to copy to make my own, okay? So if we're going to our story, so let me back out, okay? And please, you guys, it is not my responsibility for what pops up on Instagram, so bear with me, okay? Because sometimes we just don't have control over the things that are on there, all right? So the first thing you're going to do to create a slide, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is your slides and your stories, is you're going to go to your home screen. You're going to either swipe left and you can have a story. You can also click the camera at the top and you can create a story that way. And so once we're in this mode of stories, there's a few different things that we can do, okay? Let's say that I wanted to do a layout, and I'm going to show you the easiest one for first. So there's a little box on the side where it says layout. You can click that, and you can add a picture, okay? So add a picture. Whoops, it's not adding it, sorry. So then I'm going to go to my photos, and I'm going to find a whole bunch for me. Let's do ones that say memories. This will be cute. Okay. So I'm going to make a post, and I can select multiple up at the top. It says select multiple, and I'm going to make a post, and I'm going to select these. Okay, and I'm going to go next, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to check that, and then I'm going to go up into the layout portion. I don't know why. Maybe. Okay. So the first one I'm going to do there. The second one, I'm going to go to my photos. So right now it's showing literally my light above me. And so then I just select what pictures I want. Let me reselect that one. Okay. And then I can choose the next one. Let me do it again. Okay. So you guys see, I'm going to do it over one more time. So you're in layout. There's a little plus sign at the bottom that has the pictures on it down at the bottom. Okay. I'm going to select a picture, and then it moves on to the next slide. I'm going to select the next picture, and then it moves on to the next one. And then I'm going to select the third picture, just like that. And the last picture, I'm going to select just like that. Okay. So now in my my grid, I have a fun trip that we did this summer, and I'm going to click the big check mark that I'm done. And we have all these tools at the top, okay? So you guys can see all these tools up here. This arrow means save, if I want to save it and reuse it later. The link you don't really need to know about unless you have over 10,000 followers, but the main one that I use are these last three. This little smiley face is going to be all of your tags, your GIFs, your music, your countdown, some of the trending things that we want. That's what that's going to be, okay? This zigzag, or this drawing mark, is a pencil or pen that you can make larger or smaller, okay? And you can use a pen. You can click up here at the top if you guys can follow my mouse. There's a highlighter, there's a pen, there's a highlighter, and there's an eraser, okay? And so you can draw with that different things. And then the next one that I'm going to use is the text box, and I can type, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to make this graph pretty cute. We'll see if I can wing it. Probably shouldn't overpromise right now. Okay, so you're going to click on the smiley face up at the top where my mouse is. Can you guys see my mouse or no? Can you see it moving? Okay. So I'm going to try and do both because I've got a couple things going on here so I can make sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. So this smiley face right here, okay, where my mouse is moving, you're going to click on that. And I'm going to search. There's a few cool things that you can search in the GIF, okay? And I'm going to search memories. And I'm going to give you guys all the cool keywords that we don't really know exist. And I'm going to say make more memories. And I'm going to put that right here. I can also move it wherever I want, okay? I'm going to keep it right there in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the GIF portion of it, and I'm going to search lines, okay? I'm going to search lines, and lines are going to pop up, and I can find some that make, you know, that, and I can move that to the left of the screen. I can add some fun things to it. I can also switch it, but just by clicking it up and down, I can flip it forward or backwards like that. And then I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to flip it so it goes out the other way. So there's some fun things. How many of you guys just learned something? Drop a fire emoji in the chat, okay? And then you can also do different lines. You can move them around. I can do it anywhere basically on the screen, but you want it to kind of match what you're going for, okay? So I'm gonna add that to my story, all right? The next thing that I wanna teach you guys is how to make a slide of stories where, let's actually watch my stories real quick, and then I'll show you guys what we want it to look like. So do you guys see how this one basically is the same picture, but it's every single time I click it, there's different wording, okay? Follow me. Always include the income disclosure statement. There it is, okay? and or this was one that I made earlier, and I'll show you guys how to do that one as well. Okay. Of course, this one we're going to learn about that. This one we're going to learn tonight. Okay. So let's start with, let's get out of the layout portion and let's go to create. And this is a typing. This is just simply typing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to my notes section. Okay. And I have all of my notes for these stories already pre-written. And I get these from what I told you guys, how I screenshot all those pictures before. I save them in my notes. So I can, instead of retyping it out every single time, I'm just going to post this one. Okay. Oops. I'm just going to copy, go to Instagram. I'm going to paste. Okay. Influencers wanted. And I can move that wording anywhere that I want. Okay. If I wanted to include a picture of myself, all I would do was go to my photos. Okay. I would find a picture, and you act like you're going to send it in your photos, and you're going to copy the photo. Okay, so you're going to act like you're sending this picture to somebody in a text message, but it says copy. And then I'm going to go back to Instagram. Voila! Did anyone see it pop up? You can also just click the text and paste, and there is my picture. Okay, so I'm going to write influencers wanted with a picture, and I'm going to, sorry, let me go back. And I'm going to save this slide 1. I'm going to save this. So I'm going to click the arrow up here where it says download, and I'm going to save it. Okay. And then I'm going to add section number 2, sentence number 2. I'm going to go to the back to Instagram. I'm going to paste that section 2, and you can again make it bigger or smaller. And I just say influencers wanted who are motivated and want to earn an income from their phone, and I'm going to make it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to save the second slide. And then I'm going to go back to my notes. I'm going to copy, and I can even do these 3 at once. It just depends on how many really slides you want. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to Instagram, and I'm just going to paste. Okay. And then I'm going to save that. Okay. So let's see now. So you can see in my photos how this is now 3 slides. Okay. And then I'm going to add this last one again, and oops, I don't know why that's on there. We don't want that. And I'm going to go and I'm going to swipe up for more info. And I'm going to leave that for something fun. So I'm going to copy the last part of what I want this story to say, go to the text, paste it out. Okay. And then I'm going to save this. I'm not posting these yet. All right. Then I'm going to go into the GIFs, and I'm going to do Spark. Okay. And I'm going to pull a little sparkle of something that I wanted, and I'm going to move that over there. And then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do that one right here. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to move that one here. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do another one for that third one, because I want those like bullet points, if you guys know what I'm saying. Okay. And I'm going to click save on that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe up, and I'm going to add each story. Okay. I don't know why that keeps popping up. So this is story number 1. I'm going to post that on my thing. Swipe up, grab slide number 2, grab slide number 3, and so on and so forth. And voila. Okay. And then the last one that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the income disclosure. And in order for me to just do that, I can go to my IDS and pull that which is saved from my phone. Okay, so now let's watch the stories. Here we go. So it's the same thing, I just saved it 4 times, all right? So now when people are clicking through my stories, if you watch up top, you can see that there's more things, and it'll go through it itself, but you'll see how it adds these, so it's bringing people's attention back to the bullet points, if that makes sense. And then income disclosure, of course. Who just learned something? Who just learned something? All right, I want to see this chat. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I love this. Cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so can you save them to your camera roll and post them to your Facebook stories too? Absolutely. Yep. I love that. I love that. Okay, so let's go back to the next one. All right. So I want to show you guys how to create, let's go to some backgrounds. Okay. Let's go to, let's do this one. Okay. So I pulled these from Pinterest. And what's awesome about this is I'm going to show you guys how to erase something. So if there's something, if I screenshot something and somebody says, hi, I'm Tiffany and I'm really Amber, let's say that this is a sticker pack, I can change this to say starter pack. So I'm going to show you guys how to erase something or cover up something that's on a post. All right. So you're going to use up top, there's in the toolbox, there's a little squiggly line, which is the writing. And I'm going to not make it super big over here on the side because I'm going to cover up what is called sticker pack. Okay, so I'm going to erase what's called sticker pack. And I'm going to go into the marker because that's the most solid, I guess. And then at the bottom of the screen, you guys can see down here that there's this little pen. If I click on that pen, I can move this arrow around to get the exact color that I want to cover up. So I'm going to go right next to where the sticker is. And I'm just going to start erasing. It's not always like super accurate because the colorings might change a little tiny bit. Okay. But I can easily just go all the way off the screen too. Okay. And then I'm going to click done and I'm going to type out starter pack. And I can change the fonts down here at the bottom. I'm going to do this one, I think. And I can also change the color by clicking the red or the rainbow up top. And I can click the arrow and I can click if I want it to be that gold, I can do the gold. If I want it to be the exact black, I can do the exact black. And I can move that. Okay. And then let's see what else is fun. Let's go back to the little smiley face and I can do a GIF. And I can say, let's do money. Let's see if there's any good GIFs in the money. You can also do specific letters or wording. Monies are kind of whack. Let's just type it out. 49. Okay, so there's a 4, and then I'm going to search 9 and see if there's one similar. No, I don't like it. All right, let's see, 49. Or, ooh, let's do these two. So I'm going to delete that one. I like these ones that are popping up now. So I'm going to choose these four, this 4 and this 5. And I'm going to choose this 9 because these kind of match each other. And then I'll do a $sign too. See how I put those 49s together? And then I'm going to see if a $sign pops up. Probably not though. So then I'll just text it instead. $49 limited time. And I want to do a different color on this limited time. I can also change the sizing on it. Something cute like that. Okay. And I can save it and I can share it later. So now it's saved. All right. Let's do another one. This one's kind of fun. So if ever you have something like this, there's a few things that you can do. Number one, you can just take the marker, slide up the marker thing. You can also do a highlighter. You can also do it solid. I'm going to choose black. And we're going to come in and I'm going to mark off a section of this. And I'm just going to color this in. So all I'm doing is deleting this top part. We're really just coloring over it. So I can do any color on this. Okay. I can also do it down here at the bottom. How many of you guys are learning? Whoa. Something, don't get too crazy because then it'll probably try and delete it off your screen. Okay. So I can do that. And then if I want to pull a picture of myself, I can just, again, go back to my photos. I can grab a picture and copy the photo. Go back to Instagram, click on the lettering, and then paste my picture. Voila. Ah. Okay. I can also at that point add some other things like hearts. If you want hearts in there, I can also move those hearts into the black section. I can also type influencers wanted. And I can space that down into the corner. There we go. Like that. So fun, huh? Oh my gosh, there's a big windstorm. Whoa. Okay. I love that. Yep, cool. All right, so that's another thing that I was gonna share with you guys, and I'm gonna give you guys a whole bunch of wording, so stay on. We've got all the things that you guys can, I'm gonna give this all to you so you guys can get creative and make your own, all right? Let's see, what else do we, oh, this one's really fun. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make, let's see, oh, it's because I'm in backgrounds. So up here, you can change your backgrounds to like your different albums. I went to Pinterest and saved a whole bunch of downloads, and I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. So if you go to Pinterest, so on Sundays, if you guys haven't watched my prep Zoom, I prepare and prep everything, okay? Because most of the time, if I set one day a week to prep my whole week, then I'm good. I don't at that point have to, you know, go in and say, okay, I need to put up a story and take 30 minutes to create it every single day, you know, so I want to be prepared. So basically what I do is I just go to home and I will go to backgrounds. Okay. And I'll just search backgrounds on Pinterest. Look, there's the one that I just used. Weird. Okay. So this one would be really cute for promotions. It's gold and pink and would be really cute. Okay. I used to screenshot and then crop, but a lot of times these graphics go all the way to the bottom to where you can see this little search button, and I don't want that in my picture. So instead of doing that, now you can click these three little dots right down here. They're super tiny. Do you guys see my mouse? Super tiny. Right here, there's three little dots. I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna download image. Voila, save to my notes. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna pull a couple more that I really, not vitamin D's. I'm gonna pull a couple more. So think about what is your brand? What do you like? Do you like neutrals? Do you like brights? Do you like busy? Do you like classic? Do you like Leopards. What do you like? That's the stuff that you want to look for and have it match most of the time. So we're going to choose this leopard one. I'm going to save, I'm going to download the image. It's now in my album. So I have a whole bunch of those backgrounds saved, right? You guys can see all these backgrounds that I saved. They're also in different albums, and I like to keep things organized. Although I'm not a green personality, you will learn to be green or you're going to waste a lot of time. So I have all my backgrounds saved in an album, and that's super easy too. I also have coffee, sleepy tea, cleanse, all that jazz, okay? So if I go to my albums and I pull up this picture that I just saved to my, I don't know what just happened, but to my computer, I can click and I can add it to an album, and I'll add it to backgrounds, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop share because I think my computer's freezing real quick. And then I'll share again. All right, let me check this out. I love this. This is awesome. This is so fun. I love it. I love it. I'm learning some new things. I love this. Yep, I'm going to record this. So this is awesome. Cool. I'm going to show you guys some really fun stuff. All right, let me see if I can screen share again and get this to mirror one more time. Okay. Cool. All right. So now let's go back to Instagram. Okay. And I'm going to pull this. I'm going to show you guys how to make this one right here that I did. This one's really fun. So this one says coffee time. All right. So who wants to learn how to make this? Okay. So every single day on our KPI list, we want to post about the coffee. And so if you guys can pick a day of the week to focus on a product, you'll have all of this content, and then you won't have to make it. You can just recycle it. All right. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make this coffee time real quick. Okay. So I'm going to swipe up, or I'm just going to go there. Hello, go next, X, create. Okay. So I'm going to go, not to my camera roll, but I'm going to go to my coffee. It's going to be lagging, you guys. I'm so sorry. Who's learned something? Who's excited about this? Who's excited? And you guys play around, like go in and just dive into Instagram and try and figure it out, because it's super fun. Okay. It's not letting me. Oh, this is when it's going to get good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Let me screen share. Stopped mirroring. There we go. Okay. So this is a picture that I pulled from Pinterest, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to do coffee time. Okay. So I'm going to go to the text box up top. I'm going to write C. I'm going to change it black actually real quick so you guys can see it. Oh my goodness, why isn't it working? There we go. Just really slow. All right, so I'm going to type C, and I'm going to do, I'm going to change the color to black, and then I'm going to make a little bit of a space. So space, 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 space. And then I'm going to type FFEE. Okay. So I want to type out the word. It's being really slow. All right, so it's going to usually put a dot at the end of it. You're going to want to backspace and delete that. And then, like I said, do 2 spaces or so after that and make it so your word says coffee without the O. All right, so C, space, 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 FFEE for coffee. And then you're gonna click done at the top. Okay. Once this is up on your screen, there we go. My goodness, catching up. Okay. So you can move this around wherever you want on your screen and then space it out, make it bigger, smaller, change the font, do whatever you want. All right. Then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on the little smiley face emoji tool at the top where we pull from our tools. So I can click that now. And I'm going to go to the time. It says 2:36, all right? Even though it's not 2:36. I'm gonna click on where it says the time. Do you see where it has 4 little gray boxes and it says PM 2:36? I'm gonna click on that because that'll give us some different clock times. So click on that. It's gonna take a second. Okay. And then, oh my goodness. I don't think Zoom can handle all this goodness. What do you guys think? Freak. Too much goodness. It's like lagging, dragging. So click on the time, or you can even go in the gifts and search time, clocks, anything like that. Okay. All right. I'm going to let this catch up for just a second, you guys. In the meantime, I'm going to drop some awesome stuff in the, and I'm watching it on my side, so hopefully it'll come back in. But I'm going to drop some wording and some scripts for you guys, okay? All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so while we're waiting on that, you guys, I'm gonna drop and watch. So if we can hold the comments for just a second, I'm gonna drop a whole bunch of scripts. You guys, these are in sequence of how you would copy and paste them into your stories, okay? So they're gonna go in the chat. So hold the chat, nobody comment in there. We're gonna give this all to you, okay? And it's gonna be me, and also my friend Malin is going to be dropping some in there. So I have this spaced out. All you guys have to do is copy and paste this right into your notes, whether you have Android or Apple. Here we go. All right. And they're going to come in there so you guys can watch that and copy those as those are coming in. I'm going to screen share because it's cut up. All right. So now let's go back to this coffee. All right. So basically what I did is I typed out the word coffee with spaces in the O to put a clock there. How fun is that? Okay. So I put a clock, so I just searched the time, I put the clock there, and then I'm gonna go in the gifts, and I'm gonna click Spark, or I'm gonna click lines. Actually, let's do lines. And I can put that in my little cup handle. I can also make it really big and do it awesome and fun and crazy. I can also just do this right over the coffee. I can also move my line. I can change the color to a coffee color, and I'm going to do a highlighter and make a fun little swiggly. Woo! Coffee time. Coffee time. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to the text up top, and I'm going to type in the letter T. That's it. Just T. Nothing else. Just T. And I'm going to, up at the top is a little red, an A that is right up here. Do you guys see that little A next to the color box? You can click that and it's going to highlight it. And then I can also change the color of that T based on what I click or what fits my stories. And so let's do it a little bit darker. And I'm going to say coffee with a T. And I'm going to do that for every letter. I want it dark so you guys can see. There we go. Coffee time. I'm going to show you guys something super cool. Okay. All right, so you do that for every single letter and you go down, coffee time, T-I-M-E. You can also click the A box again to change it to the opposite colors, and I'll show you guys that on the screen in just 1 second. I'm gonna click that little A with the 2 stars at the top again, and that'll change it to the opposite colors because I wanted it a little bit darker. Okay. Did you guys know that you could do all this fun stuff? And I think a lot of it is just playing around and getting creative with what's your brand. Do you always want them to be block letters? Do you want them to be bubble? Do you want them to be fun? Do you want them to be simple? Do you like it more classic? Do you like it more box? Do you want it more circle or square or light or darks? Or, you know, how do you want your brand to stand out? But I think you taking the little bit of time, plus it's fun, you guys, it's super fun, okay? Taking the time to do this will really increase your likes and comments and content, and your content's better, and also it's not blurry because you didn't copy and paste it from somebody else, okay? So you can do this with any wording. You can move them around and play with it and make it your own, okay? Now the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to link these. So this is kind of fun. I'm gonna go to the GIFs and I'm gonna do the lines. And this is the lines, and so I'm going to kind of link them together like that. You can do that. Here it goes on the screen. Sorry, you guys are behind. This is the only thing that sucks about sharing my screen, but I love to give you guys the content, so if you can bear with me, sometimes I get ahead of it. You can also just draw a line like we did with the squigglies up top, and you can kind of link those together too. I'm going to do a super small, like that. Lots of fun things that you guys can do with this kind of stuff. And again, I just got this picture off Pinterest. So you don't have to have a good camera. You don't have to have all the time in the world to take cute pictures. Of course you can, please do if you do. But we want to spend more time working than we are scrolling. And so if you have extra time, this is stuff that you can do with your kids. This is stuff that you can do, you know, when you have that, just that time that you're not doing anything, you need to be doing something. Okay. This is all just Instagram, okay? This is all just Instagram. Yep. And I'm just using the tools up top. That's it. That's all I'm using. It's just different fonts that will either create a square or a circle. And I'll show you guys here where I pull in the lines. And so I chose the top dots. You can do, again, anything. And you can connect them. You can move them around. I decided to not link them because it went on top of the letters, and so I just put them to the side of it, and I decided to use the pencil and see how it went over the top of the lettering. I didn't want that. I wanted it to the side, so I moved it to the side. Again, maybe you're like, whoa, this is way too busy. This is way too creative. Make it simple, make it yours, but just know that you will have a lot more views, higher return on the work and the content that you're pushing. So I moved that over to the left, which is awesome. And then I just took the, if that'll move in just a second, hopefully it'll move for you guys. That's me trying to grab the little dots that wasn't going somewhere pretty quick. But what's super fun, you guys, is just taking the time. And for me, it allows me to get off of social media, and it lets me open up that creative brain, which is so important for us. Okay. So you can see I'm still trying to grab those circles. So I ended up having to hold down the screen up top where the circles, the blinking circles are, and then I had to move them over. So if you do get stuck, just know that you just have to hold the screen and it'll like highlight what you're wanting. And then I took the pencil and chose the dark brown to kind of match the scheme of the colors. And I just drew behind to link the TIME in kind of like a rope or a chain, which is kind of fun, or like a banner. And so that's really fun. Okay. Now, hopefully you guys are snagging up all of these post contents in the chat. One thing to consider on opportunities, we cannot say a dollar amount. So if one of my old slides have who wants to make $500 a month, we can't post that. Anything like you can see right here, now I'm drawing the lines through the time and now it looks like a banner. And then I'm going to click done and I'm going to save it. And now I have this saved and I can post it later. Okay, cool stuff, cool stuff. All righty. How many of you guys are excited to dive into Instagram? I know for me, when I started Instagram, I was like, this is a joke. I don't know what I'm doing. This is crazy. And I suck. And it was a lot easier for me just to take the cheat way and copy everyone else's. But you guys, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference when it's your own, stuff. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So excited. So excited. Awesome. Okay. There should be a whole bunch of stories getting posted. Malin is dropping them. Okay, so Lauren said, could we use these on stories for Facebook as well? Yeah, absolutely. Definitely not on your wall. These are not wall posts. These are story posts, but you can link them together as well. I'm not signed into Facebook on my iPad, but if you are and choose to do that on your, like if I'm on my phone and I just swipe and then swipe up because I want to do these stories. So I made these ones. So I'm going to click, I'm going to click the multiple button up here. Oh, sorry. Can't do it backwards, guys. Sorry. Exit, exit. Okay, so I'm going to click multiples, this little button up here that's blue. And then I'm going to click bam, bam, bam. And then it's going to load them all up at the bottom. And then I'm going to click next, and it's going to have them all loaded up at top. And I'm going to click next, and I'm going to share to my story. But again, it can also link it to my Facebook. And now it's uploading those. So when people click through my stories, this is what they see. Well, wherever it went, I just stepped out of it. You guys get the point. Okay. All right. Let's hold the chat. 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 Okay. Hold the chat. Hold the chat. The wording for your posts, you guys, or some of your posts are getting sent. You guys, please make them your own, right? These are not wordings that you have to use, but these are definitely to help you, but make them your own. If it says 2.5 years and you've been in 2 months, then erase it or move it, right? If it says that it's a VIP and you're a Ruby, say that you're a leader with the company. So anything like that. All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's do, anyone have a suggestion or what you want, what you see somebody else do? And we can kind of go from there. Anyone have a suggestion, they can drop it in the chat and we can pull and do a slide. Oh, how do you do the lines that winter under sun? Oh, I love this. Okay, so this is cool. This is fun. So let me screen share real quick. Good call. All right, so let's pull a picture. Let's do my cute husband and my son who were matching. So I just pulled the picture, posted it as my story, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the zigzag, the pencil and pen. I'm gonna click on the highlight option, and I can make it as big or as small as I want. I can also choose the color. Again, on the screen, if I move this around, I can choose the color that I want, okay? So let's do that blue color, that'll be fun. And then basically what you do is you just go across, oh no, that's pink. I definitely lied on that. That's the only thing that sucks about the highlighter, you guys, is that it doesn't always show up. I just click undo and it'll be gone. Let's do black because whatever. I think actually black's a purple. Let's find this one. There we go. So I chose pink and it turned out red. Cool. And then I'm going to draw the zigzag, and then I'm going to take the eraser and I'm going to go every other line, and I'm going to erase all the way across. Okay. Like that. And it looks like it's wrapping around them. Cool, huh? Easy breezy. There you go. That's how I did it. And if you mess up, just click undo, click done, click X. What other suggestions did you guys want to see? Let me check my notes because there was a couple things that I wanted to see on there. Okay, I did the coffee as the clock. I gave you guys some wording, tons of wording. What other suggestions? Let me look in the chat real quick. Okay. How did you get the round letters? Thank you. How exciting. This is so cool. I don't know who Kelsey Offermans is. How do you change pictures that someone has on their story that you screenshot? Ooh, good call. Good call. Good call. Okay. So let's say, let's pull an old one. This is really good. So let's say that I posted, let me move this out of the way. Let's say that I posted this and you screenshot this post because you love it. All right. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to save my post. You're going to screenshot it from my Instagram and it has my picture on it. And then all I do is I'm going to go and pull whatever picture that I want to replace it with. Copy photo. Okay. So I'm going to replace this picture. I'm going to paste it on there, move it and cover it up. Easy. Easy mode. Hope that's what you were asking. Change the picture on someone that you screenshot. There you go. Okay. How do they put a picture of themselves on the graphic and blur the edges apart? That, I believe is an app. Babe, we grab my computer charger? Please, my computer's about to die. I love that. So cool. Dope. Yeah. And blur the edges. It's in my bag, my white bag. That's right here. Lied. I have it. No, I don't. You grabbed it. Yeah. Okay, let's see this. How do you get the round letters? I'll show you guys again real quick. Okay, so you go to the text box. Let's see if this catches up. You go to the text box like you're going to type something. So you go to the text box. Let me stop share real quick. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Okie dokie. So let's see if this shares now. Okay. So how do you make the bubble letters? I'll show you guys. Again, it's super simple. You have to have the most updated version on your iPad, but you're just going to go to the text, and up there, up here at the top, it has the red arrow. But as you start typing, it is basically a round for this one. Let's type in H. Okay. So that's H. If I choose, and I can also again click on the letter, and if I double click the A up top, so you guys can see me clicking the A up top, it'll change it from white to black, black to white, go back and forth. Okay. And then if I click HE and I change the font to a background, let's do an L. change the font. Oops. So the fonts at the bottom, you want to highlight them, which is the A up top, and then that'll change different graphics to different things. So this one is the H round. There's also a scribble. There's also like an overlap. Oops, messing up. So there's just different fonts. You can highlight them, scroll them on the bottom, and that's how you make them the bubbles. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, what other questions or what other suggestions? We've got time for just a few more, and then hopefully this can slow down. And rainbow with glitter lines. I can do my best. Okay. I don't know how they do the blurry. I'm pretty sure that's with an app. Okay. When applying the GIF, you lose the 15 seconds I noticed today. When applying the GIF, you lose the 15 seconds I noticed today. How do you keep the 15 seconds? Oh, like in the story, in the slide? It depends on how long that GIF is. But I don't think you need 15 seconds. I don't think somebody needs to sit there and read. Or if they do, then I go, ooh, I just had a, I go to the GIF section if it's longer than the 5 seconds. And if somebody holds your screen, they can read everything. So then I just go to the GIF part, and you guys can see I just changed it on here. So this is, I just type in the hold to read, and the hold to read pops up. And you can put it on your slide, so if there's wording, people can do that. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm not going to talk about the link for your application. That's all on your. You guys can Google that. Okay. I don't know anything about the reels. I haven't really figured it out, but you guys can play it around. What does it mean when someone has new post on their story? Ooh, this is a good one, Heather. Good one. Okay. So basically, let me discard this. What I want to do is, let's say I'm going to go to my actual Instagram, and I'm going to go to this post, and I'm going to go to my actual Instagram, and I'm going to screenshot basically my, whoops, daisy, my profile. I'm going to screenshot my profile. Okay. And it's going to, I'm going to screenshot it, and then I'm going to post it like this. Actually, I lied. Let me just stop share, because that is not what I want to do. That's the hard way. Okay. Let me go back. And just do this. Okay. Okay, so basically you're going to go to your profile. You're going to click on the actual post. So my last post, I'm going to go to my story. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see the iPad? I'm not screen sharing. What an idiot. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go to my Instagram story, and I'm going to click on the post that I want to share. There's a little paper plane right next to the heart, the message, and the paper plane down here right at the bottom. And I can click on that, and I can say add post to your story. And then I can go into the GIFs, and I can type new post. New post. And I can put whatever one I want on there. And it takes you right to my profile. Cool beans. Hopefully that helps. All right. The last thing that I want to teach you guys is really fun. I just learned this and I've been playing around with it for a little bit. How to link your, oh yeah, keywords and such to search. Okay. So Malin tee up the what to search that has really cute GIFs. Those are going to come in the chat right now. Hold the chat, please, and be ready to save these. These are some of the ones that we use that have just the cutest GIFs, I think, or the cutest stickers, if what you want to call them. So those are coming in the chat right now. But what else I wanted to show you guys is something really fun. It's kind of a lot of work, but it's super fun. So basically what I'm going to teach you guys is how to make this post right here. Not mirrored. Okay, so this one's really fun. It's not working. Okay, so this one's really fun. It's going to, if it wants to play, there we go. Okay, so this one's super cute. It just goes through basically. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Instagram, we're gonna go to home, we're gonna swipe up and we're gonna go to create, okay? And you're gonna click on the little smiley face up top. I'm gonna go to GIFs and I'm going to go to Flash GIFs or sparkly or whatever I want, okay? So I'm gonna pull this big old duck down here and you're gonna enlarge it as much as you can, which is really funny and weird, but you're gonna enlarge it as much as you can, okay? And I'm going to save this. I'm gonna save it up at the top, you're gonna save it, okay? And then I'm going to paste my picture around it, but instead I'm going to hold this down. I never actually can figure out how. So if you want to flip flop your picture, you can. I think you hold it down to create the. Dang it. I just did it on accident. That's why I figured it out. And now I'm probably not going to be able to teach you guys. If you hold the picture down, it should give you a solid background. Is anyone else getting dizzy? I am. I may not be able to help you guys because this isn't working for me. But what you want to do basically is hold down. Let me find it. Let me get my other one because I know that one worked. But basically I held down something to create the gray background. So I uploaded the sparkly first, and then I held down the background, and then I used the eraser to do the circles. So I can do this and I can tap and I'm not gonna be able to show you guys, it's not working. But that one was fun. I don't know how I did it, it was on complete accident, but basically I just put the GIF, sparkly GIF, saved it, put a picture on, made my background solid, and then went with the eraser and it erased the gray parts and it pulled the blinking parts. So that one was fun, but I don't really know how I did it. All right. I don't know how to pin things. It's in the, you guys, I don't have much time left, unfortunately, but because my husband has a Zoom in 2 minutes. And so, but I wanted to give you guys some content, some things to play around with. Basically all you're gonna do for the picture is just go to your photos, pull the picture, copy it like you're gonna send it to somebody, and then paste it into Instagram. Super simple. If you guys learned something tonight, drop the fire emoji in the chat. If you guys are excited to go to Instagram, make your content, make your stories. Again, don't spend too much time on this. Plan an hour. If you guys don't have my prep Zoom, I'm going to drop it in the chat, and you guys can share that out with your team. But this is how I come up with all my posts. And I spend about, again, you don't even have to do this weekly. But if you are wanting to become better with time management, then I would suggest that you guys watch this Zoom that I'm dropping in the chat, and I will work on getting this up. I will also start pushing more of these little how-tos in the Road to VIP page. And if you guys don't do KPIs yet, I would highly recommend watching this training video. We also have a training coming up on Wednesday that's going to talk all about KPIs, how it works, why we can work smarter, not harder. And so I'm excited for that. Those Zooms are 809-061-1775, you guys. I hope that you guys have an incredible night. I love you guys. This was super fun for me. If this helped your business, take it to social. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We have a KPI Power Hour at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on 809-061-1775 Zoom. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.